Here we go. People say, why do you keep wearing the same shirts in your videos? Like, because it's a nice little button down here. It's perfect for clipping on this little microphone. It's really about as simple as that. Um, Everything is ultimately metaphysical. Like a Judeo-Christian person would say, everything is spiritual. I don't like to use the word spiritual. Not that I'm against it, but everything has the fundamental things as its basis, something to do with metaphysics. In the case of power and tyranny, especially these days where and all governments are evil, all of them, some much more than others, obviously so. If you don't realize that, that's not my fault. And I never discuss the P word. Yeah, we know what we're talking about here, the politics word. I don't care about that at all. Some people have said, accurately say, so you might not care about it, but they care about you. And if you don't watch out, then it'll roll right over you. And this is absolutely undeniably true. All throughout history, we've seen these epics of things. We should have listened to, and of course, much of American democracy is modeled off of the Greeks. Ironically, the most horrible things I hear happening in the world today is coming out of Greece by Greeks themselves, which is quite ironic. You know, the founding homeland of democracy is. These are from the words of the Greeks themselves. They tell me it's like, you know, it's going the other way than democracy, the demos of the people. But once again, I'm not interested. I'm rather interested in the metaphysics of power, people that want power over others. And I've said this a million times. I've never heard anybody else say this, ever. And it's undeniably true. The most evil people in history always have been and always will be those that are both highly intelligent and yet extremely unwise. They are, by definition, fools. People that are both unintelligent and foolish, they do dumb and evil things, like horrible things that'll send you away to prison for life. Horrible, which is undeniable, but these people are not a threat to society at large because they're both non-intelligent and foolish. And you know exactly the type of people that I'm talking about. They're all over. Those are not the people to be worried about. The people that truly spread evil. Truly, the most evil people. I mean, just think of the most evil people throughout history. These have always been people that have been highly intelligent. So they've got a high IQ. So what? IQ doesn't account for anything. IQ doesn't test for anything important either, such as nonlinear, spontaneous thought genesis, creativity, on and on and on. All the very, very important stuff that has to do with wisdom and insight. But the great evil is always spread by people that are highly intelligent fools, to be short. The answer from the Pythagoreans and that of Plato is the philosopher king. That is someone who does not want the job at all. He's chosen by various other wise masters to lead for X period of short time. Person doesn't want the job. No, I don't want it. These are the people that are best for taking control of things for a short period of time. I mean, someone with true wisdom. Truly so. I mean, if it were up to me, and it's not up to me, and this video is absolutely not about politics, people have to have a firm grasp on reality. And if it were up to me, nobody that hadn't served in the military, for example, for no less than 5 or 6 years or something around that, would not be eligible, you know, to be like a senator or a representative, because those people are very grounded. You know, they've seen the nitty-gritty. Or even, say, someone who served on, not necessarily, but someone who served on the police force, you know, for 20 plus years. They've seen the streets. They know how the world works. And I don't care really what you think about police officers. And we've all seen corrupt ones, obviously so, but percentage-wise, the percentage is infinitely less than those that we actually have in the United States currently, which are absolutely horrible and have been for a very, very, very long time. But getting back to the metaphysics of power. Power is materialism, not materialism in the conventional sense, like someone is trying to collect, you know, something like some of these car collectors, for example. They just have to have, it's like, dude, you know, you're super rich and you've got your own warehouse full of like 200 rare cars. You're never going to drive them. I mean, you got like 200, Jay Leno, right, for example. Not that kind of materialism. It's a different type of materialism. It's a metaphysical materialism where people want control, because nobody has control over anything. All these people, there's only a handful of people on this earth right now and ever have been, a very, very small handful, who've ever had control over themselves. And by ourselves, I don't mean that thing you see in the mirror, which is doomed to decay and fall apart. There is no controlling that. You know, that is a process of what begins in time as an ends in time. You can't control that. You know, you can have all the facelifts and all the, you know, the life-extending vitamins and stuff. Doesn't matter. It's all going to fall apart. Talking about people who actually have genuine control and know what they are and have transcended, you know, this psychophysical composite and consubstantial corporeal life. Extremely few. Like I said, literally a handful. These people that want control over others are the very same people who should never, ever be given control over what goes on in my life and your life. But these people are drunk. They're drunk with a type of materialism. Not conventional materialism like mine, and, you know, more cash in the bank. However, they're usually inextricably linked because, as you and I both know, all these corrupt, people that want power over others, they end up using their place of prestige given to them from the voters or whoever, you know, to siphon money off, you know, for themselves and or their family. It's just another lower extension of the materialism that they themselves are so deeply a part of. All tyranny and all abuse resultant to tyranny is metaphysical materialism. It's people that want control over things that they never ever have had control over, never will have, and is impossible to have control over. That is actually against the grain of Mother Nature, if you will. It's the inverse solution to wisdom. The inverse solution to wisdom is materialism. It's sinking further and further down the hole. People that take pride in having control over others, and we've had examples in the past year and a half where some of these highly evil people have, put their thumb on the backs of the people and, exercised really demonic and horrible regulations and rules which are senseless and stupid and made people's lives miserable. And they are, by definition, demonic. People that, I need to say this again, people that want power and control over other people are the very people that you should never, ever give it to. Humanity is extremely stupid on this. People that want to be politicians, I mean, they want to. Now, there are a super rare few that want that position because they see how horrible things are and they want to fix it. But even still, those people are highly deluded and confused, and they're easily corrupted. And 9 times out of 10, those people that seek that position were lying to I don't want this position of power. I just want to help you. You know, and I know that 99% of those people are lying through their teeth. They're absolutely horrible. So these people see destruction as a solution. This type of existential control is impossible. Nobody has power over another or should be granted power over another. Plato's philosopher king solution is best. It will never be exercised. I know this. I don't care about politics. I never have. I lead a simple, clean life. Don't tell me how to live my life, and I certainly will never tell you how to live yours. People should have communities where they, trade and help each other and educate. But this expansion of evil is nothing other than metaphysical materialism, where these people want, seek, and end up getting control over others. And then they use that power. It feeds into their own sickness. It is a more grandiose version of the person, like the rich spoiled brat, for example, who, collects whatever, collects cars, collects Rolexes, or, is trying to have the biggest house and the most beautiful wife, and you're not going to take any of that stuff out of this world. None of that stuff is important. So, from the perspective of a metaphysician, someone that wants control or power over others is an extreme, grandiose, upper-level type of evil, way above that of people that collect physical and material things. Some people literally have a bloodlust for having their thumb on the back of other people and controlling the wills and actions of others. And that's all it is. It is an extremely evil form of materialism. Not the conventional materialism that you think of, like collecting stuff and money and more money, more money, more money. That is materialism too. But there's another materialism way, way worse. And that's what these people are. They're power hungry over something that they will never, ever have power over. Ever. Mother Nature never allows it. Mother Nature actually will let it carry on for a little while. Sometimes seems like in an indefinite period. But all throughout human history, we've seen that these people that exercise this evil power of materialism, it always collapses. Doesn't matter whether it's the Sovietsky Soyuz or Castro, any of these places. And that's not politics. You're talking politics. No, I'm talking metaphysics, actually. This stuff never lasts, It doesn't. You can't take it with you. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. So all these people are to be seen, rightly so, as they should be seen. Power-mad, metaphysical materialists. They're evil by definition. And I really do mean that. They are by definition evil. There are certain powers that people should have, and such that you defend the people, you make their lives better, more simple, but you don't stick your fingers in their lives. All governments are evil, and the reason why all governments are evil is because they're inhabited by these wicked creatures, and they are wicked, that are metaphysical materialists. They have no power over themselves. They're deluded, they're ignorant, they're fools, but in their own sickness, their own extreme mental incapacity to have clarity of thought, they want power and control over other people and what other people do in their daily lives, on and on. They are evil. This is something other people don't talk about. It's like, what about the metaphysics of power and tyranny over others? It's like, well, it's metaphysical materialism. It's a grandiose form of conventional or terrestrial or base materialism. Someone counting stacks of bills and how many Lamborghinis they've got in the garage and how many gold Rolexes they own. That's the simple materialism, which is bad enough. So, I hope you didn't think this video was about politics, because it's not. Sure it was. It's politics. Not really, it wasn't. Sorry, it was not. Someone always wants to argue with you no matter what you say. That's okay. Thanks.